Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching My Cousin Vinny by Jonathan Lynn, starring Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei. I looked up Jonathan Lynn before making this video, and it seems I've watched two of his films before, Sergeant Bilko, which was okay, and The Whole Nine Yards, which was considerably better. On the other hand, there was no need to look up Joe Pesci at all. He's one of the best. I've watched Raging Bull on the channel before. I've also watched Goodfellas, Casino, Home Alone, and a few other of his films. Not too many actors I can think of can be funny and intimidating at the same time. I'm also a fan of Marissa Tomei's work, but I have to admit that most of the films I've seen from her, they were from the last 20 years. So if you have a recommendation with Tomei before that, do let me know in the comments. About My Cousin Vinny, I've been told to watch this film for over 15 years, and I am aware that it is a classic. I know it's a legal film, a legal comedy with Pesci playing Vinny, the lawyer helping his friend or relative, cousin most likely, through some legal troubles. That's about it. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reactions to over 40 movies, early access and weekly polls for what to watch next. You will need your own copy to watch along, of course. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. My Cousin Vinny, Lynn, Pesci, Tomei. Let's go. Jonathan Lynn. Joe Pesci. That's Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid himself. Apparently, Macchio came back and did a revival series of the Karate Kid. I don't know whether it's any good or not, because my brother said the first season was pretty decent. Do let me know if you guys watched that. The film starts with a very upbeat song. Nothing like sudden hospitality, and that's how the song ends.
Look, I forgot to pay for this.
You could have gotten caught. What if somebody saw? The laws are medieval down here. You know what the minimum age for execution is in Alabama?
What, 16?
10.
Show me your hands!
That's aggressive.
Show me your hands! Get out of the car!
Yeah, I'm sure it's number 3.
There's been a murder. They're being wrong charged and prosecuted for murder. And I'm guessing that's where Vinny comes in.
Do you know why you're here?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. It was a stupid thing to do.
A stupid thing to do.
You didn't try to stop it.
I didn't know what was happening. I found out later in the car.
When'd you shoot him?
Wait, what?
I shot the clerk.
Oh no, I think he's realizing.
Whoa! Wait a minute! I'm being booked for murder, and you're being booked for accessory to murder. Murder. Please, Ma, it's a mistake, all right? We must look like the guys who did it. I don't know what it is.
Tell her what we think.
You know how corrupt it is down here? They all know each other.
They're saying it in front of the police,
We got an attorney in the family.
Great, who?
My cousin Vinny.
who's already on his way. One thing I like about the US is it's so big that you can be from a different part of the country and have a completely different culture, even though you speak the same language. It's so diverse. Marissa Tomei, man.
And you got mud in your tires.
You ever hear that? Mud in the tires?
No.
They don't look like they've committed any significant crimes in their life.
And sometimes there's a big guy named Bubba no one wants to tangle with, and he'll protect you. But then you have to become his sex slave.
Vinny's here already, okay.
You must be Stan. How you doing?
Just tipped him.
Had any murder cases before?
No, this will be my first.
Oh no, he's not even a criminal lawyer, is he?
What kind of law do you practice?
Personal injury.
Personal injury. That's an accident?
Actually, this would be my first foray into the trial process.
Oh.
I haven't had to go to court yet. For me, 6 times was a charm.
He took the test 6 times in 6 years before he got through. I'm not focusing too much on the actual filmmaking process because this is clearly a comedy film, not to be taken too seriously.
You ever heard of the Son of Sam?
Fella who received orders to kill from a dog.
Right.
You willing to accept those terms?
Right. Just this?
This is gonna be great. Vinny's first case. Breakfast?
You think?
Only 3 things on the entire menu. Lard, that's so unhealthy. One thing Jonathan Lynn is doing is, instead of giving a lot of exposition at the beginning, he set up the problem first, and now he's taking his time to develop his characters.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing clothes. Your Honor, my clients didn't do anything.
Once again, the communication process is broken down. Please take Mr. Gambini into custody. His bail will be set at $200.
Why is that?
Well, it's a lot of procedure, that's all. I mean, I'll learn it as I go. So that's all that happened to me today. I learned the hard way. I believe you and Lisa played a game of pool for $200, which she won. I'm here to collect. Nah, I think I'll just go with the 200.
We gonna fight now?
Yeah. First, let me see the money.
I can get it.
You can get it? All right. Get it. Then we'll fight.
I love his attitude.
Did you fall in your place or somebody else's?
My place.
Shit.
It's 5:30.
I looked up and saw 2 young men run out from the sack of suds.
They have witnesses.
They sitting right there.
I saw them 2 boys go into the store.
I've seen this actor before in Entourage, if I remember correctly.
They was running out, got into the car, and drove off.
And he said, I shot the clerk.
He asked. He didn't say.
Now, didn't I tell you the next time you appear in my courtroom that you dress appropriately?
You were serious about that?
I think you're gonna be really great.
At least she believes in him, right? Last hotel, they were next to a sawmill, and this time they're next to a pig farm.
Look, I think we should meet with the public defender.
Oh, he's actually meeting with another lawyer.
Why don't you just tell me your side of the story?
Well, he wants to go with the public defender. All right, I'm going with the public defender, too. I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. I just didn't know what little experience you had with this.
I really could.
Vinny always has really good analogies that he can use to relate to people, like his fiancée and his cousin.
One chance.
He's scared, but he wants to do it.
If after that point you don't think that I'm the best man for the job, fire me then and there.
Hey, hey, little Yankee boy, look here what I got.
He's got the $200.
It's $200.
Fan it out, show it to me.
It was a bunch of ones. This is the 3rd hotel they moved to, and he still can't sleep. This time it's next to a rail stop.
He wanted his son to follow in his footsteps, but he became a musician or something. I remember when I graduated, he was so proud of me.
That was really good line delivery by Pesci.
Rothenstein case from Mr. Gambini. Yeah.
What's all
Got
that?
the files.
You reading this book?
Yeah.
Do me a favor, okay? Don't read this book.
You can talk to all his witnesses. He's not allowed any surprises. They didn't teach you that in law school either?
That's what she got from the first 100 pages of the book.
How many different levels of thickness have you gone through? What'd you have for breakfast? What's that brown stuff?
It's 5 a.m. and that's another train.
Hardly ever comes through here at 5 a.m. in the morning.
I know. She's supposed to come through at 10 after 4.
I can only imagine what it would be like to be in Vinny's shoes.
They have no records of any Vincent Gambini ever trying any case.
Oh, he's getting caught in his lie.
Anyway, I had to change my name, which I did legally. So now I practice law under my legally changed stage name.
And what name did you tell him?
Jerry Gallo. Why is that?
Because he's dead.
What the fuck is that?
No way. It's an owl. Can't believe. This is like the 5th place we're seeing them stay. Like he said, he has the case. He has the case to worry about. He's got his fiance, her biological clock, the sheriff, the judge, his incompetence, and him not getting any sleep at all. There's just so much at play and there's so much pressure on Vinny.
Hey, little Yankee wuss! Look here. I got you $200. You gonna kick the shit out of me now?
He just did. Oh no, they're late. I don't know what type of suit this is. Or is it like a ballet suit, or this is wildly inappropriate for court.
Mr. Gambini, are you mocking me with that outfit?
I bought a suit. You seen it. Now it's covered in mud. This town doesn't have a 1-hour cleaners, so I had to buy a new suit. Oh, there's a fucking surprise.
What'd you say?
What?
I think he genuinely doesn't know what he just said. He's sleeping because he didn't get sleep for the past 6 days.
Counselor, your statement, sir.
I love how they're setting up Vinny as a complete underdog with everybody rooting against him.
Ladies and gentlemen of the...
Oh no. The public defender's even worse.
Is this the call?
Yes, sir.
Oh no, Vinny's sleeping again.
You were not wearing your necessary prescription eyeglasses.
They're reading glasses.
I like this lawyer's acting. His facial expressions are hilarious.
He's a tough one.
Yes.
2 different men drive up in a similar-looking car, rob him, and then leave?
They didn't have enough time.
Well, how much time was they in the store?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? How could it take you 5 minutes to cook your grits?
Vinny, my man.
I may have been mistaken.
I got no more use for this guy.
Or just say, I'm done with the questioning. Or no further questions.
You're fired. I want him.
Don't worry.
I just realized he's been held in contempt of the court again for the 3rd time in the film. And he can't get sleep in jail too because they have to wake up early.
Brown stuff on the windows.
Dirt.
Dirt. And what are these really big things right in the middle of your view?
He's being so patronizing.
Trees?
Is it possible you just saw 2 guys in a green convertible?
I suppose.
I'm finished with this guy. Thank you. This is 50 feet. How many fingers am I holding up?
4.
That's the 3rd witness.
Thinking of getting thicker glasses.
I'm a special automotive instructor of forensic studies for the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The defense is entitled to advance notice of any witness who will testify.
Overruled.
But why?
The chemical composition between the 2 samples was found to be identical.
Identical.
This guy has a flair for the dramatic, and I like it. Identical.
I'm a dead man?
That's right.
Gallo with the G?
That's right.
I'm Jerry Callo. C-A-L-L-O.
I love how he just keeps spinning this web of lies and he takes it further every single time.
I got my pictures back.
Oh, good.
Can I help?
Can I help? No, you can't help. I wish you could. It's dog shit. Dog shit. That's great. The case cracker. Me in the shower. Lisa.
Well, he is under a lot of pressure, so there's that. She did have all the answers. Well, one of her pictures did.
The most popular size of the most popular tire is on the defendant's car.
Well,
I will ask you one more time and one more time only.
He's having a realization moment.
Not my job. You do your own investigating.
Please, I only have 3 minutes. Listen, let's make up, all right? We gotta go back inside. Everybody's waiting for us.
Tell me why.
This is a picture taken by my fiancée. Did you take this picture?
You know I did.
Ms. Vito, please answer the question.
She sees it too.
No. There is no way that these tire marks were made by a 64 Buick Skylark. These marks were made by a 1963 Pontiac Tempest. You can't make those marks without parts of traction, which was not available on the 64 Buick Skylark. Which anyone who's been stuck in the mud in Alabama knows. You step on the gas, one tire spins, the other tire does nothing.
Oh, that's something the jury can relate to.
it?
And so can I completely get that.
Cars were made by GM. Were both cars available in metallic mint green paint?
They were.
Thank you, Ms. Vito.
It's time for the cross-examination.
No, Your Honor. No further questions.
I'd like to recall George Wilbur.
Oh, he's gonna destroy him.
The Buick that the defendants were driving made those tire tracks.
It's not possible.
No. Your Honor, I call Sheriff Farley. What'd you find out?
This computer readout confirms that 2 boys who fit the defendant's description were arrested 2 days ago. A .357 Magnum revolver was found in their possession.
Oh.
The defense rests.
I love how quiet the courtroom is because they're taking it all in.
In light of Miss Vito's and Mr. Wilbur's testimony,
He has no choice.
the state like dismiss all charges.
I love how Lynn didn't use music at all to build up tension. And an excellent performance by Pesci and also Marissa Tomei.
Get out of here by 3. Make sure all the bags are in the car.
Oh, right, they have to get out of here by 3.
You were great, and I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome. I hope we can do it again sometime.
I hope we can do it again sometime.
Vinny, you did a terrific job.
Mr. Gambini,
Oh no, it's the judge.
I have a fax here from the clerk of New York. I owe you an apology, sir.
Oh, there's actually somebody.
Your courtroom manner may be rather unconventional, but I gotta tell you, you're one hell of a trial lawyer.
Wow.
You're one hell of a judge. Oh, sorry.
He's getting the heck out of there as soon as possible.
I had a friend send a fax to the judge confirming the very impressive legal stature of Jerry. And you have to say thank you. Oh my God, what a fucking nightmare!
Now she's doing the thing. She's being condescending. This is awesome. And this is why they're such a good couple. And they have great chemistry together.
Hey, a burp is funny. A burp is not romantic.
That was a really, really, really good movie. It was simple. There was nothing too complex about it. We'll talk about it. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. Like I just said, that was a really, really fun movie. The plot was pretty straightforward, but that isn't a bad thing necessarily because of the excellent writing and the fantastic performances by Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei. Jonathan Lynn did a good job with the directing, maybe not the best, but boy did he have his moments. Let's start with the directing by Jonathan Lynn and the actual story of the film. The plot starts off by Lynn introducing us to Bill and Stan, who are falsely accused of murdering a convenience store clerk before running off. In fact, they were only shoplifting, and they clearly were not aware of what crime they were confessing to. This was an interesting choice by Lynn because instead of showing us or giving us some exposition about the characters, he chose to show us the central conflict of the film first before diving into the comedy. This in itself gave the film more weight and it created suspense even though the subsequent scenes may have had a lot of comedy in them. The audience is constantly concerned about the boys since the death penalty is no light matter. When the setup is all done, Lynn brings in Cousin Vinny, a first-time trial lawyer with almost no experience to help the boys tackle the accusations. There were quite a few running gags in the film, like Vinny's patronizing tone or the judge constantly picking on Vinny, but my favorite one was the fact that both Lisa and Vinny couldn't get an ounce of sleep the entire time they were in Alabama. Every single time they tried to sleep in peace, a loud noise wakes them up. They also changed hotels, like 5 times, and it made no difference whatsoever. That was hilarious, and Lynn also showed us the effects of sleep deprivation by showing Vinny trying to stay awake several times during the trial. I also enjoyed the dynamic between the judge and Vinny, as they were both constantly at odds with each other, with the former holding the latter in contempt at least 3 times during the trial. I wouldn't go as far as to say the judge was unfair, but I would say he was overly strict and maybe took it a little too far sometimes. Maybe he felt threatened that a big shot lawyer from New York was flexing his muscles in small town Beecham County, Alabama. Anyways, that's where Lynn drew a lot of humor from, and it worked really, really well. I also appreciated the actual court proceedings of the film, as they were more realistic by film standards, like how the judge expected every procedure to be followed to the T, and also the fact that the judge did change his attitude towards the defense once presented with the right evidence. That clearly went to show that the judge was willing to change his mind when presented with the proper evidence, which I didn't expect at all. I was thinking the judge might keep holding that grudge against Vinny and do something to sabotage the trial. I'm glad Lynn didn't take that route, because the bit of realism shown to us really went a long way. The film ends with Vinny rebutting all 3 eyewitnesses in style and with style and substance, aided by expert testimony from Lisa, who is somewhat of a car expert. This was an excellent scene to watch, especially with the facial expressions from the prosecutor and the witnesses. Furthermore, he also helps in catching the actual bad guys that committed the crime by proving that it couldn't have been Stan and Bill's tire marks that left the scene of the crime. Vinny finally ends up winning his first trial case, and both the boys get all charges dropped, and they all live happily ever after. Ralph Macchio and Mitchell Whitfield played Bill and Stan, the 2 boys who get caught up in this whole mess. Both of them had a secondary role to the film, and I feel like Lynn did use both the actors well for a comedy film. I don't think we needed too much of their presence because of Pesci and Tomei taking center stage. Their performances were solid though, and I didn't have much to complain about that. Joe Pesci played Vinny, the lawyer cousin of Stan. His performance, as usual, was excellent. His line delivery was in particular great. I loved how he switched between tired, sarcastic, condescending, compassionate, scared, and by the end, competent, all while making the audience laugh. I don't know, I've seen all of Joe Pesci and Scorsese's collaborations, with the notable exception of The Irishman. That's a film I haven't gotten a chance to watch yet due to the runtime. Do let me know whether it's worth it for the channel or not. If it is, I know it's probably going to be in 2 parts. Pesci's acting, as I said, was excellent, and if that isn't top quality work, I don't know what is. His performance really brought the script to life, and it made me care for him, both him and Lisa. Speaking of Lisa, she was portrayed by the fantastic Marissa Tomei. I forgot how beautiful she was and still is now after 30 years. That woman barely ages. She's like female Keanu Reeves. Anyway, I found her performance just as good as Pesci, and at times even better. I would argue, especially at the scene at the end where she was testifying in court. That monologue was very well done. Her character was very supportive of her fiance, even though she was probably bored in rural Alabama. Both Pesci and Tomei had great on-screen chemistry, and they played off each other really, really well. Throughout the runtime, I felt like she was being a little underutilized, but no, she really shines bright at the end, as her knowledge of cars is what saves everyone. So, excellent. The only criticism I have of the film that I can think of from the top of my head was the pretty straightforward plot, with almost no twists and turns. Again, it's not a bad thing per se, but it's just something I noticed. Furthermore, maybe complicating the story would take away from the comedy. Do let me know whether that's a valid criticism or not. Overall, this was a great rewatchable film. I will be revisiting this over the years. I can't believe I missed a great comedy like this. It was a fun time, and it's highly recommended to everyone. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Like if you liked this video. Dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.